Hello everyone, I'm Charmin A. Katipay and now I am going to tackle the story of Matilde entitled The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. Short story summary titled The Necklace, author Guy de Maupassant, setting, time and place 1884, Paris, France Loisel apartment, party at the Ministry of Education's mansion. Characters: First, Madame Loisel, selfish, age quickly, heavy, harsh, and spoiled. Second, Monsieur Loisel, kind, generous, loyal, hardworking, clerk of Ministry of Education, wants to please his wife. Third, Madame Forrester, kind, generous, wealthy, and snobby. Mathilde Loisel is as miserable as the wife of the middle-class Parisian clerk Monsieur Loisel. She suffers constantly from what she views as a life of poverty. Although her husband's income from his position as a clerk at the Ministry of Public Instructions sufficiently meets the couple's needs. Mathilde dreams of attending the local salons, which hosts intimate gathering of the upper class. She assumes airs at the dinner table, fantasizing that she is eating a higher quality of the food and imagining herself dining with the wealthy. Matilde focuses on her lack of jewels and fine clothing rather than on enjoying her life. She is jealous of one acquaintance in particular with whom she attended convent school, Madame Jane Forrester, who has made a good marriage of the wealthy man. Thinking Matilde will be pleased, Monsieur Lassalle brings her an invitation to a ball, but the palace of the monastery. Matilde surprises him by throwing down the invitation. Because Matilde lacks a beautiful gown and jewels, she does not feel she can attend the ball. Monsieur Lassalle reluctantly agrees to finance the purchase of the 400-franc gowns, understanding that he must sacrifice a planned hunting vacation with friends to do so. Matilde buys the dress but complains that she has no jewels. Monsieur Lassalle suggests that she visit her friend Madame Forrester and ask to borrow some jewelry. For once, Matilde is pleased by a suggestion made by her husband. Madame Forrester offered Matilde the choice of the jewels. Matilde selects the super diamond necklace from the black satin box. She feels euphoric when she tries it on. When Madame Forrester immediately agrees to let her borrow the necklace, Matilde kisses her in the gratitude. At the ball, Matilde's beauty attracts much attention. She is aesthetic when many men ask her name. She dances with all of the attaches from the cabinet and it's even noticed by the minister. Intoxicated with pleasure and passion, Matilde exists for a time in fantasy haze. She believes she has at last succeeded in her quest to exist to excel in high society. Monsieur Lassalle finds a room in which to sleep while Matilde enjoys dancing and socializing. At 4 a.m., she is ready to leave, as Monsieur Lassalle places her everyday wrap over his wife's shoulder. It contrasts so much with her beautiful gown, and she hurries to depart before the other women noticed. Although Monsieur Lassalle asks her to wait inside and avoid the cold as he calls a cab. She races down the stairs. They fail to hail a cab and walk miserably in the cold until they find the enclosed carriage, the transportation mode of the middle class in which to ride. The Lassalles arrive home at the Rue des Patiers, and Matilde pauses to enjoy the reflection in the mirror. She screams when she sees that necklace is missing. She and Monsieur LaSalle search frantically, but they cannot find the necklace. Monsieur LaSalle volunteers to walk back to the ball location, searching as he goes. He returns home exhausted and without the necklace. At his instruction, Mathilde writes a letter to Madame Forrester, explaining she will delay it returning the necklace. She lies screaming that its cups broke, so she is having it repaired. This ruse allows them time to continue the search. When the LaSalle are unable to find the necklace, they use its jewel bags to search for a jeweler from whom it might have been purchased. They discover the value of the necklace to be 40,000 francs. A jeweler offered to sell them duplicate for 36,000 francs. They buy the necklace using Monsieur LaSalle, inheritance of 18,000 francs, and borrowing the balance, imperiling their future security, still hopeful to finding the necklace. They secure a promise from the jeweler to buy back the duplicate for 34,000 francs if they return it within 3 months. However, they do not find the necklace, and they assume crippling them that forever changes their life. Monsieur LaSalle anticipates a black misery that will befall them as a result not only for future physical sacrifice but also moral tortures. When Mathilde takes the newly purchased necklace to Madame Forrester, she feared to acquaintance would discover that the necklace is the replacement. Her greatest concern is that her friends would consider her a thief, although Madame Forrester scolds Mathilde to delaying the necklace returns. She never opens the case to inspect it. The next years are torturous for Mathilde, who works like a servant for her own servant having been dismissed. The Losal moves to a poor housing. Mathilde dresses in works clothing suiting her position and assume all the family odious housekeeping duties. Monsieur LaSalle works a second job at night. They work for 10 years to repay their debts. The strain of deprivation exact a tool, and Mathilde ages rapidly. Occasionally, she fantasizes remembering the wonders of the ball. Finally, after 10 years, their debt is paid in full. But one Sunday, having gone to take a walk in the Champs-Élysées to refresh from the labor of the week, she suddenly perceived a woman who was leading a child. It was Madame Forrester, still young, still beautiful, and still charming. Madame LaSalle felt moved. Was she going to speak to her? Yes, certainly, and now that she had paid, she was going to tell her about it. Why not? At first, not recognizing Mathilde, Madame Forrester is shocked by her friend's haggard appearance. She cries out with sympathy over Mathilde's transportation. Oh, my poor Mathilde, how you have changed! Yes, I have had days hard enough since I have seen you, days rich enough, and all of that because of you. Of me? How so? Do you remember that diamond necklace which you lent me to wear at the minister ball? Yes, well, I lost it. What do you mean? You brought it back? I brought you back another just like it. And for this, we have been 10 years paying. You can understand that it was not easy for us who had nothing. At last it is ended, and I am very glad. Madame Forrester had stopped. You say that you brought a necklace of diamond to replace mine? Yes, you never noticed it then. They weren't very alike. And she smiled with joy, which was proud and naive at once. Madame Forrester takes Mathilde's hand in her own and tell her the truth. The necklace that she had loaned Matilde was mere costume jewelry worth no more than 500 francs. Oh, my poor Matilde, but mine was a fake. It was worth no more than 500 francs. That's the end of the story. And there are three lessons we can get from the story. First, be honest. And second, we should be happy and contented for what we are and what we have. And third, we shouldn't live a materialistic life. It can make our life filled with sorrow and grief. That's the end of the story entitled The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. That's all, and thank you for listening.